For years, my sister and I, we didn't speak to each other. No relationship whatsoever, because she always played us against each other. She's fat and she's black and you're skinny and you need to stay in shape and you're the model, and it blows my mind.
Just when we thought Jackie Christie had weathered the worst, especially after her daughter Takari publicly called her out on Basketball Wives, a fresh storm has hit, and it's far more explosive. This time, the drama has spilled beyond the screen and into deeply personal territory. Jackie isn't just facing public backlash from her daughters anymore. Now, even her husband, Doug Christie, finds himself entangled in a shocking DNA controversy that's threatening to shatter the entire family's foundation. One daughter has gone so far as to cut ties with her sister over a fake birthday post, while another has come forward with a buried family secret so damaging it could have serious legal consequences for Jackie. And perhaps the most jaw-dropping twist? A leaked DNA test result has surfaced, confirming the whispers fans have murmured for years. Doug may have raised Chantel as his own, but biologically, he might not be her father. Doug Christie may have loved and raised Chantel like his own, but the truth, now dragged into the spotlight, says otherwise. According to leaked claims, her biological father is none other than Doug's former NBA teammate, Chris Webber. What once seemed like typical family tension has exploded into a legal circus and social media firestorm, leaving Jackie Christie's reputation hanging by a thread. The allegations are wild. Forged paperwork, secret paternity clauses, bribes exchanged behind closed doors, and one daughter willing to bring it all to light, even if it means testifying against her own mother. It's messy, it's dramatic, and it's far from over. Stay tuned, because by the end of this deep dive, you'll understand exactly how Jackie Christie ended up losing it all. Jackie Christie may be on the verge of losing everything: her daughter, her husband, and now, possibly even her freedom. And the dominoes started falling from something as harmless as a birthday post. It all began when Jackie's eldest daughter, Takari Lee, took to Instagram with what appeared to be a sweet, low-key birthday message for her younger sister, Chantel. Christie? On the surface, it was warm and innocent, just a simple shout-out. But underneath that friendly caption, something much darker was stirring. A quiet storm had begun to build, and it was about to break wide open. Before the post disappeared, sharp-eyed fans already grabbed the receipts. Chantel didn't hold back in her reply either. She basically shot back, "Thanks, but keep it. You should have texted me a real apology, not done this for clout." That quick clapback made one thing clear. This wasn't just some typical birthday spat. It was years of deep-rooted pain boiling over for the world to see. Takari responded with a simple, "You got it," and heart emojis. But by then, the damage was done. And for those who forgot, the tension between Takari and Jackie has been heating up for a while, especially since Basketball Wives Season 6. Remember when Takari revealed that Jackie refused to help after her child was hurt, forcing Evelyn Lozada to step in and offer support? Yeah, it's been messy. It all traces back to $3,500, the spark that ignited this entire mess. But the real chaos started when even Chantel, the daughter who once stood firmly by Jackie, began to pull away. Behind the scenes, this drama wasn't just about harsh words or family fights. It was about something far deeper: bloodlines. Rumors had been swirling for years that Doug Christie might not actually be Chantel's biological father. Until now, no one had concrete proof. Earlier this year, Doug reportedly took a DNA test, and the results were shocking. Not only was he confirmed not to be Chantel's dad, but the test pointed to another NBA star, none other than Doug's former teammate, Chris Webber. Imagine the blow. The man who once shared meals and moments with the family could be Chantel's real father. But the saga doesn't end there. Doug isn't just nursing a broken heart. He's dragging Jackie into court with accusations of paternity fraud and emotional distress. And he's demanding a staggering $4.6 million. Why such a specific amount? Because Doug has been covering everything: Chantel's school expenses, her car, medical bills, even a lavish Sweet 16 party rumored to have cost six figures. Now, Doug's legal team is geared up and ready to battle, turning this family feud into a full-on courtroom war. The plot thickened when documents surfaced, revealing that Jackie allegedly forged receipts, faked expenses, and even slipped a clause. into her VH1 contract claiming Chantel as Doug's biological daughter. That's straight up fraud. But the drama didn't stop there. Word on the street is Jackie tried to silence Chantel with a bribe, sending her assistant to deliver $15,000 in cash, along with a handwritten note begging, "Please don't let this go public. Keep it in the family." Chantel, however, wasn't having any of it. She reportedly handed over the cash and the note to Doug's lawyers and filed a cease and desist against Jackie. Sources say all this explosive evidence is now locked away in the court's discovery files, marking the beginning of Jackie's downfall. When news of the DNA scandal broke, Jackie attempted to get ahead of the storm by going live on Instagram. But instead of calming the waters, she rambled for 20 minutes about family loyalty, forgiveness, and haters. And the fans weren't buying it for a second. This isn't Basketball Wives drama anymore. This is real life. Brand deals started to quietly vanish, her podcast went silent, and lucrative real estate deals collapsed. The once powerful Jackie Christie brand? It's now in freefall. Meanwhile, Chris Webber, who had kept quiet throughout the entire saga, suddenly made a dramatic move, switching up his legal team. Rumor has it he's gearing up to make a public statement, but for now, his silence is loud enough to raise eyebrows. Then came the day of the trial, and this wasn't your typical VH1 reunion special. This was raw, real life unfolding in front of everyone. Jackie Christie strode into the courtroom as if she still controlled the story, while Doug Christie showed up calm, collected, and sharply dressed in a charcoal gray suit, looking every bit like he was ready for a serious business showdown. Not a family feud. But don't mistake his composure for weakness. Doug's legal team came prepared to dismantle a legacy. The courtroom was packed to the brim, standing room only. Reporters, bloggers, and even former Basketball Wives cast. Members crowded outside, desperate to get a glimpse of the explosive drama playing out inside. And trust me, what went down in there was anything but ordinary. This was straight out of a movie. First up, Doug's attorneys hit the courtroom with a powerful opening, a full-blown slideshow presentation. They rolled clips of Jackie on reality TV, proudly claiming Doug was Chantel's father, then slammed the room with the cold, hard DNA results proving otherwise. Next, they flashed Jackie's own VH1 contract clause on the screen, the one stating, "Doug and Jackie Christie raised their biological daughter, Chantel." That single line, it became the ultimate nail in the coffin, transforming this fight from personal to outright contractual fraud. But the bombshells kept coming. They unveiled a leaked journal entry, authenticated by a handwriting expert, where Jackie confesses she sees Chris when she looks at Chantel. Then, the courtroom was rocked by a voicemail recording blasted loud, for everyone to hear. "Stick to the story, Chris. If this blows up, we both lose everything." The room fell utterly silent. Jackie stared straight ahead, stone-faced. Doug gave a quiet nod, and the judge leaned forward, clearly anticipating the verdict. Just when you thought it couldn't get any more intense, Doug called in his secret weapon, his own mother. For those who remember, Doug's mom has always stayed in the background, but today, she was about to change everything. Doug's mother, usually a quiet figure behind the scenes, rarely seen in interviews or on social media, suddenly stepped forward and dropped a bombshell. She'd always harbored doubts about Chantel's paternity. That moment hit like a hammer because it made one thing painfully clear. This wasn't just a private family secret. It was a calculated web of deception stretching across the entire family. And if you thought the judge was just passively listening, think again. He asked Doug's lawyer to repeat the DNA match percentages for the courtroom to hear loud and clear. 0.0% paternity for Doug, and a staggering 99.998% match for Chris Webber. Game over. Caught in the eye of this storm is Chantel herself, and her silence says more than words ever could. Imagine growing up believing one man was your father, only to have that belief shattered in front of the entire internet, knowing your mother has been lying for over 20 years. According to insiders, Chantel is now estranged from Jackie and only communicates with Doug through his legal team. She hasn't denied the DNA test results, nor has she defended her mother, and that, more than anything, speaks volumes. Let's rewind for a moment because many have been wondering, how did this all even start? Well, insiders reveal that Jackie and Chris Webber had a brief relationship back in the late 90s, right around when Chantel was born. Several sources confirmed that Jackie knew Chris before she ever got together with Doug. What makes this even more shocking? Jackie never told Doug about Chris, not even when she became pregnant. A leaked court document now exposes that Jackie allegedly altered Chantel's hospital records to name Doug as the father, despite the attending doctor leaving the father's name blank. That single lie could end up costing her everything. Jackie's legal team tried to settle quietly, offering Doug a $3 million payout. But Doug refused flat out. His words, delivered through his lawyer, "This isn't about the money, it's about the truth. For 20 years, I've been living a lie." Doug isn't stopping there. He's pushing forward with his case and collaborating with California lawmakers to make paternity fraud a civil offense. On the day of cross-examination, Jackie finally broke down. When grilled about the alleged bribe to Chantel, she burst into tears, pleading, "Everything I did was to protect my family." But Doug's lawyer was unmoved. Leaning in, he shot back, "You protected yourself, not your family." The jury sat stone-faced, and after just 7 hours of deliberation, the verdict was near. Back came the verdict. Doug Christie scored a massive $7.8 million in damages for paternity fraud and emotional distress. That's a devastating blow. Millions lost and a legacy completely shattered for Jackie Christie. Reporters outside the courthouse described Jackie as vacant, while Doug allowed himself a small, victorious smile as his legal team wrapped him in a hug. Now let's talk about the third player in this explosive triangle, Chris Webber. After being exposed in court, he vanished from social media. Sources say he hired a crisis PR team, dropped out of charity events, and is reportedly ignoring reporters' calls. Fans are clamoring for answers, but there's no official word yet. Rumor has it Chris could soon be subpoenaed in a related fraud case linked to the forged birth certificate. As the trial wrapped, VH1 made a bold decision, pulling Basketball Wives' Legacy Edition from production. Jackie was slated to headline the reboot, but now it's canceled. That move alone reportedly cost her another $500,000 in production fees and appearance bonuses. Her reality TV career? Dead on arrival. During the trial, Chantel finally broke her silence. "I lost my identity. I lost trust." She neither confirmed nor denied anything about Chris Webber, quietly becoming the unexpected hero of this saga. With the trial behind him, Doug is now reportedly teaming up with California lawmakers to introduce the Paternity Protection Act, a bill aiming to make intentional paternity fraud a civil offense with mandatory restitution and legal safeguards for non-biological fathers. Just when you thought the story was over, this family drama is shaping new laws and rewriting lives. Just when everyone thought the saga had ended, a private video leaked. Jackie Christie, caught on camera, allegedly confessing to a former VH1 producer. In the clip, she admits, "I didn't think Doug would ever find out. He loved me too much to dig." Later, she says, "I did what I had to do to survive in this business. Image is everything." Though the video was quickly deleted, it only confirmed what fans had long suspected. This wasn't a mistake or a slip. It was a carefully crafted, 2-decade-long scheme to build an empire on lies. Today, Jackie's credibility is shattered, not just in the courtroom, but in the court of public opinion. The harshest blow of all? Both her daughters, Takari and Chantel, have cut ties with her. Doug holds full legal victory. Chris Webber remains MIA. And Jackie? She now faces a potential criminal investigation over forged documents. What began as a petty Instagram birthday post unraveled one of the most explosive deceptions in reality TV history. Jackie Christie didn't just lose her marriage. She lost her reputation, her empire, her daughters, and now, quite possibly, her freedom. Meanwhile, Doug, after 20 years of loyalty, silence, and sacrifice, is finally speaking up, rewriting the story on his own terms. Let this be a lesson to everyone. No matter how deeply you bury the truth, it always finds its way out. If you made it this far, major respect. This story has been absolutely wild. Now, I want to know what you think. Should Doug forgive Jackie for the sake of peace? Do you believe Chris Webber knew the truth all along? And what about Chantel? Do you think she'll ever completely cut ties with Jackie for good? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss what's coming next. Because trust me, this Hollywood DNA drama is far from over.